This is a folk tale titled The Ballad of Kunle the Dreamer. Once upon a time, in a remote village, Kunle was a well-known traditional singer in a thriving Nigerian hamlet. His voice rang with the passionate echoes of ancient tunes passed down through centuries. Kunle's reputation grew quickly, and he was soon performing at weddings, festivals, and village gatherings, followed by his devoted crew. The community flourished on its music, which combined old rhythms with modern components to create a distinct sound that provided joy to anyone who heard it. Kunle's gang was a tight-knit group of friends who had been with him from the start. There was Tayo, the master drummer, whose beats could shake the ground; Amara, whose dance steps were as fluid as a river; and Nneka, whose flute could create magic in the air. They were a formidable force when they worked together, and their performances were the high point of every local event. But Kunle had a secret passion that he kept hidden from the majority of his friends. He was obsessed with American rap music. The raw energy, smart lyrics, and rhythmic beats attracted him in ways that traditional music never did. Every night after their concerts, Kunle would go to his room, put on his headphones, and immerse himself in the world of rap. Kunle started creating his own rap songs after being inspired by artists like Tupac, Notorious B.I.G., and Eminem. He spent hours writing songs and refining his delivery, dreaming of one day being a very famous rapper. When he finally told his pals about his raps, they were encouraging but yet wary. Tayo, Amara, and Nneka applauded his attempts, but they realized his raps lacked polished delivery. They treasured their connection and did not want to hurt his feelings, so they assured him his rap was unique and interesting. However, Kunle's music crew members were not as forgiving. They trusted in the power of their traditional music and saw no potential for Kunle's rap ambitions. They encouraged him to remain with what they knew best, reminding him of their accomplishments and the joy they offered to their community. But Kunle was adamant. He believed that rap was his genuine calling. After a particularly intense dispute with his crew, Kunle made a brave step. He liquidated all of his assets, depleted his money, and used the proceeds to process travel documents to Europe. His buddies tried to persuade him otherwise, but he was so determined. He was determined to pursue his rap ambition regardless of the cost. Kunle was taken aback by the size of the cities and the diversity of the people when he first arrived in Europe. He instantly went to a music studio, anxious to record his debut rap song. However, when he sang his lyrics for the producer, he was received with laughter. The producer warned him that his rap delivery was terrible and suggested that he forsake his dream. Kunle was devastated. As he exited the studio, disheartened, he was accosted by a group of men who had been watching him. They identified themselves as a gangster rap crew and decided to ask him to join them. They promised he might earn up to $30,000 for his first successful smuggling task. Kunle, desperate and disillusioned, accepted. His first mission was simple: carry a parcel across town. However, fortune was not on Kunle's side. He was apprehended by the authorities and sentenced to 12 years in prison. He had plenty of time in jail to consider his options. He understood how foolish he had been to leave his friends and roots for a goal that was never genuinely his. When Kunle was finally liberated, he was repatriated to Nigeria. He returned to his village as a damaged man, plagued by his past mistakes. To his surprise, he learned that his former music crewmates had become multi-millionaires. Tayo had founded a profitable music production company. Amara owned a chain of dance schools, and Nneka had established a music therapy program that was altering people's lives across the country. They possessed numerous enterprises, assets, and large properties, and they thrived on their success they had achieved together. Kunle was ashamed and overwhelmed with regret. He had sacrificed everything in pursuit of a goal that was never genuinely his. He had abandoned his roots, his friends, and the music that had previously made him happy. As he traveled around the village, observing his friends' success, he felt the weight of his terrible decision bear down on him. Kunle mustered enough bravery one evening to pay Tayo, Amara, and Nneka a visit. They greeted him with outstretched arms, their eyes full of empathy and understanding. They listened as he described his trip, its highs and lows, and the lessons he had learned. After he finished, there was a long pause. Tayo was the first to speak. Kunle, everyone makes errors. What matters is that you learned from them. We are still your pals and will assist you get back on track. Amara nodded and she said, our success benefits you as well. We wouldn't be where we are now without the music we made together. Nneka said, there is always room for redemption. Kunle, you just need to be willing to accept it. With their help, Kunle gradually began to reconstruct his life. He joined his pals in their musical endeavors, lending his vocals to their productions. He began educating young children about traditional music, passing on the knowledge and enthusiasm that had previously characterized him. Through his music, he recovered the joy he had lost and began to reconcile with his past. Kunle's adventure proved a significant lesson for the entire town. It taught them the value of being true to oneself and appreciating the traditions and community that creates their identity. It also emphasized the hazards of pursuing aspirations that do not reflect one's genuine self, as well as the implications of losing one's roots. Kunle felt a great sense of appreciation when he stood on stage one evening performing with his bodies once more. He understood that true success wasn't defined by fame or fortune, but rather by the impact one made on their community and the joy they offered others. And in that moment, surrounded by those who had always believed in him, Kunle realized he has gotten home finally. The moral lesson behind the story of Kunle offers us a few crucial lessons. Number one is to stay true to your roots. It is critical to recognize and value your heritage, abandoning your origins for something more fashionable that might result in regret and loss. Number two, listen to trusted friends. Those closest to us may be able to see things we cannot. It is prudent to follow the advice of trusted friends, especially when they have our best interests at heart. Number three, success doesn't always mean wealth or fame. True success is about having a positive impact on people and enjoying what you do. It isn't only about money or recognition. Learn from mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Nonetheless, it is critical to learn from them and seek redemption. It's never too late to rebuild and chart a new course. Lastly, the importance of community. A robust support system may help you overcome even the most significant setbacks. Cherish and sustain your relationships with those that actually care about you. This folktale, I believe it has created a huge impact in our hearts. So please kindly subscribe to this channel, like and share the folktale, and don't forget to also turn on the notification bell so that whenever interesting folktales like this comes up again, you will be duly notified. Thanks for watching and remain blessed. Thank you.